What is going on? What is going on? What is going on, party people? It's your boy Coach D Brown here, former big leaguer, former first round pick with the Kansas City Royals. Giving you this knowledge that I can as youth baseball space, helping kids get maximum exposure in and around the country and helping kids get into school. Holler at me if you need me, man. All right, listen. Um, Man, I had a great topic yesterday, great day yesterday. A lot of engagement, which I always love, man, between everybody listening in, and that's what I like. That's what I do this for. Um, to help, you know, issues that are going on, in and around the baseball world, my life, or hearing things and just sharing this on this platform. All right, man. So, tag and let's share this, man. We're gonna get into this, man. Yesterday we talked about a talented kid. Would you want him on your team, man? And today I want to talk about from a parent standpoint. Right, I'm gonna put this scenario out there is as if you have very talented um, a very talented kid, and you know that his dad or mom, always causes trouble wherever they go. And yesterday we talked about the kid aspect of it, but here, uh, we have the parent aspect of it, right? So, I knew I was going to hit on this topic, man. I wanted to hit on this one, man, because to me, the kid is always, we can kind of deal with the kid, man. We can coach him up. He could be an issue. He could, you know, talk junk. He can, um, be disrespectful here and there, which causes a lot of, strife with on the team. But you always can kind of reel in the kid. All right. Now the parent aspect of it is a whole nother ball game. You know what I'm saying? The parent, being uh, a grown person and being very disruptive within the team, uh, can like essentially cause worse things to happen than a kid on the team. All right, the kid on the team, I feel like through proper love, through proper teaching, yes, he can be disrespectful. Yes, he can be having an issue, but sometimes you can kind of deal with them. Depending on the type of coach you are, the type of patience you are, and the type of team that you have around that kid, you can reel that kid in, potentially. All right. From a parent standpoint, though, not so much. Okay. Um, you would think because they're on the stands and they don't have nothing to do with on the field so much, right? That you you'll be they're away from the action, so they can't cause no problems on the field. All right, but to me, I'd rather have a knucklehead kid that's on the team than a knucklehead parent that's in the stands causing trouble. All right. Um, we I'm sure being in this youth baseball space, you always have parents that you always have I'm sure if you play long enough, you're going to have those parents too that just, always seem to be in the middle of something. All right. And it could be the questioning the coaches, questioning the kids, you know what I'm saying? Between they'll talk to two or three sets of parents, not to the other. And then all of a sudden it gets to the point where now you got cliques within the team. You start hearing and it makes me laugh as parents always talk junk, right? Parents always talk junk, and then all of a sudden on the flip side, the coaches always they try to keep it secret, but the coaches always hear. All right, coaches always hear what's going on, or they sense what's going on, and I think sometimes the you rather them come up front, you rather them just you know just be upfront with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, if they have an issue and all of that, wait a day or so, after the game. Don't, hopefully you have a 24-hour rule in place that you don't just necessarily, go right after the coach, or you do something here and there right after the game and stuff and embarrass everybody, because just depending on the type of coaches that you have, coaching your kid, they may say something back to you. You know what I'm saying? And that's just one of the rule of thumb to me. To me, it's like, yo, certain coaches, most coaches, I talk to, have an open door policy. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, you could bring some issues that you have with me. Give me 24 hours. We could talk about it. Call me or at the practice or something like that. We could talk about it. All right. But my problem is with parents sometimes is like, for me personally, and what I've always seen in the past is that parents like to talk, right? But and they know the coaches have an open door policy, but they'll talk to you, but they don't ever want to know the truth. You know what I'm saying? They want to hear what they want to hear, right? And so, their truth and your truth is always something different, right? What they see, they come from a mom or a dad's eye, and they don't see what the coaches see or believe. All right. And so because the money is being spent, they feel like, we need to, be playing this and doing this, and my kid is this, my kid is that. You know what I'm saying? And before the season is over, because if they don't get their way, or they don't feel, right, they'll mess up the whole spiel. You know what I mean? So Keish, what up? What up? So, I just feel like from a parent standpoint, because the parents are the background. They are the backbone of this whole travel ball industry. Truth be told, I believe parents are, it's the kids that are, what I'm saying, essentially the backbone of this whole baseball business. I'm talking about even to the big leagues, right? Because parents, you got to pay the money to put them in youth baseball. You got to, travel around the country, or travel around your town, get them trained up and all of that. And survival of the fittest. The best survive and go on to play college and in the minor leagues and in the major leagues. So, the background, the backbone of this whole thing are the parents. I've said that. If you guys have listened to me multiple times, or over the last couple of years I've been doing this, I've always said, parents, you control this, all right? But just because you can control it, right? You can make it a life living hell for a team or organization, or you can, make it thrive and be what it can be, right? Because what will happen is, you get that coach and all of that is, yo, peace, I don't need your money, you know what I'm saying? Then you go pay your money to another person, you cause that trouble. Eventually it gets to the point that it is you, even though you are the so-called backbone of this whole baseball business, all right? But then it gets to a point where I think Cynthia talked about it yesterday, that a kid became such a become such a thorn on the team that they had to, nobody wanted them on the team, and it'd be the same for the parent. All right. I mentioned this and I talked about parents a lot of times, but I as Janine said, my name's Jess and I don't do mess. I really try to get along with everyone. I am a parent that asks questions. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Let me post it up there. All right. Janine says, my name is Jess and I don't do mess. I really try to get along with everyone. I am a parent that asks questions and really try not to be in the middle of dumb stuff. All right. You're right. And that being said, because you guys are the backbone, you could kind of mess this whole thing up, man. Or you could kind of make this be a whole unified thing. Communication is always key and it needs to be the foundation. But when the kid, because you want your kid to be treated fairly, you know what I'm saying? And you kind of shield him sometimes from the real world, because you and I both know everything ain't fair out here, you know what I'm saying? But you want, because you pay your money, that you want to make sure your kid gets the proper time on the field, you get the proper training and all of that, rightfully so. All right. But if the communication is had up front, you know what I'm saying, that this is what it is, this is what's going on over here, it's not something that you could be mad at, you know what I'm saying? Now, if your coach is up, putting it up there like, yo, we're this is what we're doing, and this is, the layout of the land, like this is what's going on over here, and he doesn't abide by what he says in the beginning part, then it got to be something that, then you have a right to be, calling, reaching out and be like, listen, this is what's going on here. This is what I thought. And can we make this and can we make that better? All right. But sometimes from an X's and O's spot, you know what I'm saying? Trust me, man, like, that's the biggest issue that I used to always hear from dudes that ran travel ball programs in the past. And it is always said, like, listen, the baseball is always fun, man. It's like, it's never the kids. I talked about it yesterday with a kid be interrupting and could mess up a whole thing, man. It's never that. It's always the parent. You know what I'm saying? It's the parent or parents that can mess this whole thing up. All right. Now again, you gonna have coaches that are act crazy, and you have that kid that act crazy. That's all part of the whole spill, man. But you can get that one or two parents that'll just cause the whole friction of a whole team, man. And then of course, man, um, I truly think that and what you parents don't understand, man, just like we talked about the kid, you building your resume, right, from a kid standpoint, all right. And I talked about this multiple times, man. What about this, aspect of it when it comes to recruiting time? Because what you're doing at 12 and 13, especially if you kind of most of you guys, right? At 12 or 13, you're solidified in the community. You know what I'm saying? The average person moves about every 5 years, right? But most of the time, you guys, I don't know the percentages, but it's probably a high number that most of you guys are, by the time you're 11 or 12, most of the time you're not going to be going nowhere else. You know what I'm saying? Job wise and community wise, you're there. Saying that, all right. So when you out there acting at, a fool at 12 and 13, 14 years old, and your kid is entering high school, just like I told you yesterday, the kid is building a resume. You are building a resume too, parents. All right. Meaning, you're going to get to the point where those recruiters and all of that are going to ask about you. You know what I'm saying? How you are. I talked about this all the time. All right. And certain persons like, a person like me, I'm going to be straight up. I had this dad, very talented kid. He's going D1 now. He's going to a Power 5 school this year. All right. This summer, he's going into his freshman year at a Power 5 school this year. It worked out for the kid. I had a D1 coach now reach out to me maybe this time last year about this kid. All right. Now I haven't coached him in a couple years. All right. But I just want to kind of give you the scenario. All right. When obviously I saw the kid's talent, right? But I was new to the area at the time. And he was a youngster then. He was 12, 13 years old. The kid was, really good player. Everybody was saying to me, watch the dad, watch the dad, watch the dad. They kept saying to me, watch this dad. And I was like, all right, and when one, two people say it, then it's all, whatever. But when a woman, a wife may say it, and a dad might say it, you know what I'm saying, from all different parts, saying, and then it got to the point where I was like, well, damn, there might be something to it. He was all cool at first, but then all of a sudden in the season and stuff started happening. And I started seeing, stuff going on with the dad. And I said, damn, you know what I'm saying? DJ, what up, man? And I was just like, man, I'm like, something ain't right, man. He used to get my blood level on a whole nother level with this, man. All right. So he ended up just doing, wrong stuff to different organizations, was bouncing from organization to organization. And what happened, sure enough, within a couple years of playing with me, he went on to another organization and went on about his whatever, right? And did cause a lot of, trouble within the organization and bounced out. So hence the D1 coach come calling me last year about this kid. All right. What you think I'm gonna say? You know what I'm saying? I love the kid. And I told the kid, and he, what the D1 coach told me? He's like, you know what, D, you ain't the only one that has said that. All right. So obviously he's talked to other people in that community about this kid. And the same thing kept coming up. All right. They didn't recruit that kid. All right. They liked the kid, but they didn't recruit him. Now he still went D1 in the Power 5, but that I hope, all right, when you say sometimes, from a coach's standpoint or an evaluator standpoint, you say, man, I hope that dad does not, or that mom doesn't, hurt that kid's chances. You know what I'm saying? And, long story short, man, the book is still open. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? The kid is super talented, great player. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, man, I hope that, that dynamic does not, affect that kid, I'm saying, long term. He still got the D1 scholarship. I can't say it hurt him, but it was a couple of schools that didn't want to deal with the dad, man. Man, I'm just saying, you guys can really, hurt your kid, not even only the team, but the kid, you know what I'm saying? With this, man. All right. Keish, man. All right. Keish said, do you think travel ball is turning into if you can pay, you can play? Yeah, it's been like that. Keish, it's been like that. Um, it's And, you know, if you, especially the type of money that's being spent, if you're paying $2,000 or more, 1,500, I should say, $2,000 or more, you know what I'm saying? It's tough to, but to have a parent pay that much money and he be the, 13, 14 man on the bench, but it happens. And as long as you explain it well ahead of time and the parent is okay with it, then you got, it's nothing that a coach can simply do but be honest and say, listen, this is what I told you in the front, the front end. What happens is, from a business standpoint, the organization takes their money, tells them these things, and kind of, fib and lie a few things, and then when it's time to put the kid on the field, he never plays. You know what I'm saying? Then the parents get upset, and that's when you get the, but baseball has been, you pay to play. You know what I'm saying? It's been like that until you get to the point where, you get to a team where somebody is funding it, or you raise enough money. You got donors and stuff raising money, then it's like the best play. Then it becomes like high school, even certain high schools, man. You got certain donors that pay a lot of money, and they, I hear it all, I don't know how true it is. And I like to think most of the people that I talk to are coming being straight up and honest with me. But I hear a lot of high school, high schools around the country, man. I'm talking about Northeast, Southeast, out West. You got big donors that be paying, you know what I'm saying, these schools and put money towards the schools with the expectations of their kid playing. And now you got these coaches, high school coaches, over feeling obligated to play, you know what I'm saying, their kid, because of the money that they're pumping into the program. All right. So I would always say, like, hey, when you get to high school, it ain't no more pay to play. But I can't even say that that's not, the reality of it no more. You know what I'm saying? So Keith, yes, it's definitely a pay to play atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? Primarily with this youth baseball space, it is. And depending on who and what organization and every, you put up that bread, they gonna play you. All right. Pablo said, I got offered free playing with a team in Texas, but soon I found out about a loudmouth parent. I called to coach and told him, thanks for the opportunity, but we are heading to another organization due to a parent that you have on a team. And he replied, but the kid throws hard. I replied back, thanks, but we are moving on. I mean, listen, so that I thank you, Pablo, for that comment. So listen, this is what I'm saying. So my boy Pablo got offered a free opportunity, all right? When everybody knows the cost of this travel ball industry, right? And a typical year you spending 5,000-6,000 with if you're playing on a showcase level and you're traveling to different states and all of that, hotels, gas money, you're spending a good chunk of money every year, right? So, here he has an opportunity to play for free, all right? But he knows that, listen, certain things that are free, and money saved and all of that type of stuff ain't a good thing, all right? It's not a good thing. And I'm gonna hit a topic about that free playing and all of that. I want to hit that topic on there. I'm glad you put that up, Pablo, because that's another topic I want to hit up. I want to hit up about, how do parents feel? And then, I don't want the answers now, but I'm and Pablo, I thank you for putting that up there. But this is one of the topics that I definitely wrote down. Like, how do parents feel about players who play for free when everybody else is paying? You know what I'm saying? I want to hear from you. That's a different topic. We'll hit on hopefully in the end of the week. All right. But anyway, my boy Pablo was saying, like, yo, I'd rather go ahead and pay, a different organization and go play for somewhere, else, because I don't want to deal with that parent, man. And that's the reality of it, man, because there's nothing worse than having one of those loudmouth parent or parents that cause a whole lot of trouble within the organization. You know what I'm saying? And with the team. All right. Oh, man. So my boy DJ says, I just went through this myself. I do not do the whole parent drama nonsense. Had to cut a very good player because of the dad. And it sucks, man. And sometimes it's like the dad don't realize it, the mom doesn't realize it until it's like, yo, it's like, I know every hard-earned dollar is spent, yeah, and it's crazy times and here and there. I understand that your dollar is means a lot to you, but that doesn't mean that you got to act the ass. You know what I'm saying? Because you spent some money. All right, it doesn't mean that. Eric, what up, Eric? It's important that we parents vet the travel teams our sons play on. Can't do much about optimistic park club ball. Follow good coaches. That's a different combo. And try to get your son on a team where he can consistently play. Good kids play on good teams with good parents who know good coaching. I love that. Here in South Florida, you'll start to notice the difference between races, culture, and class. Avoid drama by being a fly on the wall and stay away from obnoxious parents, coaches, and players. Ah, well put, Eric. All right, all the way around. All right, he ain't just saying just the parents, but he's saying coaches and all of that. And it is. Uh, oh, this might hurt me, man. Long term, man. Lord have mercy. All right. So I was in the cages last night, and I was working with a kid and his team. Well, just his the one kid, and the team was practicing in the cages. And the coach, who was a young coach, hurt his leg and his knee. And I don't know, man. He may be a great coach, but first impressions is everything, right? So I rolled in and he hurt his knee. He's sitting on the chair with his knee propped up on a bench, whatever, and he's like directing people to do whatever indoor cages and stuff. And he may be a very good coach, man. But when you the perception, I just got the perception of, man, these parents are paying hard-earned money over here, and he's hurt on his main job. He got hurt on his main job. I get it, man, but it was like the vibe I got was like he could care less, man. And he's out here coaching kids and trying to get them better. And it was just, to me, it just rubbed me off wrong, man. And he a young kid, you know what I'm saying? He out there working. He's probably, has some type of baseball background, you hope, and he's training a bunch of teenage kids, man. And most of these kids are, kind of bits and pieces from different organizations, not top notch players, but they're the ones that need the training. You know what I'm saying? Especially, I'm sure every one of those kids has aspirations of playing in college someday. And I know the kid I'm working with, has dreams and aspirations of playing sometime. You know what I'm saying, in college baseball one day, and just to see that style and what's going on in that with that team, man, it just kind of rubbed me off the wrong way, man. At least they were getting some swings in and getting some work in, so that's the positive. But anyway, I just wanted to piggyback on what Eric said. It was like, like somebody serious like Eric, you know what I'm saying? His kid is D1 all day. And, he probably would have, let's just say he was just trying out that team. He'd have walked in and probably gave that coach 5 minutes of his time and walked out. I know who Eric is. You know what I'm saying? My boy from Miami down there. I already know. And it's sad because I'm just listening and I'm like, man, it comes off that he's just taking these parents' money, man. That's where it came off to me. And that's the bad part of this travel ball industry, man. It is what it is, man. But I said a good comment. All right. My boy Russ says, sometimes it's tough as a parent. Sometimes parents have to go to bat for their child. Coaches play favorite. Some kids can't get on the field even if they are better. All right. It is tough. It is tough. All right. Whew, all right. I go through this in my household. All right. It's no coach is good enough. It's always better. It's whatever. I deal with it myself. All right. And I'm the voice of reason because I know that it ain't no perfect coach out there. All right. So, I always give coaches benefits of the doubt, even though, because I'm a coach, right? So just like yesterday, I saw this young kid. I ain't say nothing to him because it's my first time. I'm saying he may be a great coach. You know what I'm saying? But long-term, big picture, I'm just like, yo, I know you hurt, man, but either you shouldn't have come, all right, because it just looks bad. You know what I'm saying, that you laid up, you know what I'm saying, chilling, and you got these kids out here, working, but then, or, like hobble around, do a little something, man. You know what I mean? It just doesn't look good, man. So I get it, it's a fine line. You got to stick up for your kid, holler at them. And I just said, like, if you want to know the truth, all right, because what you think may be better may not be what the coaches is thinking. You know what I'm saying? So, I used to always tell a parent or two, I said, listen, you come to me anytime you want, all right? But if you just, I'm going to tell you the truth, all right? I'm going to tell you what I believe is the truth, all right? And it may hurt your feelings, And I don't say that, I don't say it up, I'm just saying, like, if you are more than welcome to come and ask me anything, all right, but I'm gonna give you the truth. And ultimately, and that came from the professional ball rankings, all right, with the GM. He's always said, listen, doors always open, but I'm gonna tell you the truth. All right, if you ready to hear the truth, you going you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna give it to you. All right, you're more than welcome to come in. All right. So I try to do that with the, I know they kids. I would never say it to the kids per se. All right. But if a parent, what I mean by that is, like, if a teenage kid comes in and asks, boom, I'm like, let's get with the work, let's do this and do that. But if a parent kind of comes into me and he's questioning this and questioning that, or boom, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna let him know, like, yo, the kid is slow, he needs to do this, he needs to work harder, boom, 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 boom. All right, he's not doing this when I ask him to do it, he's not doing that, da da da. All right, this is the reason why he's not, whatever. All right. They're going to see it through the dad's or mom's eyes. I'm going to tell them from a coach's standpoint. All right. This is what needs to be better. All right. And I always give kids chances, you know what I'm saying, to redeem themselves. Usually the times it kind of bites me in the butt. Pay for play still happens in high school, or parents active in PTA or politics getting playing time at private school. Rich kids get more chances. We are going through that now. 5 kids hitting under 200 playing every day. My kid hitting 600 and can't start. Kid starting him batting 075. You know what I'm saying? So, Russ, we had this discussion the other day, right? We talked about it, right? We talked about it on the phone. All right. I put it out there, right? And I had Vic talk about this too when Vic was on the show a couple of weeks back. It's like with the upperclassmen thing, all right? Because I have a high level kid that I know in the Atlanta, Georgia area that he ain't playing right now. He's extremely talented. 2024, just finished his freshman year. Should have been on varsity playing, but he went through a bunch of mess. All right, they were playing the senior. He was obviously better. This kid is high level all day. Wasn't playing, and the coaches had some issues with with different things, and was being spiteful for the parent. Took the kid off the team. All right. I'm not an advocate for doing that, but he gonna do what he want to do. And it was, I guess he felt some racial component to it too, right? So my thing is, again, you guys understand, like, I hear from different stories and different people for all walks of life from all different parts of the country. So, I just kind of put it in, listen, and that's when sometimes when I come out and I speak about it here. So the I believe you put the best on the field, all right? But other people believe, like, hey, if this kid worked hard for 3 or 4 years, you want to reward that junior or senior, you know what I mean? Because he worked hard. All right. Now, working hard or parent paying is 2 different things, right? I get it. You know what I'm saying? But what is if that coach knows that he is essentially getting funded, or his program is getting help by this, they're human. They're going to play that kid because it's essentially helping him, his program, his pockets, and all of that. All right. You know what I'm saying? I hate to say that, man. It ain't fair. It ain't right, but it is what it is. All right. It is what it is. It's no different from, business owners or somebody else over there. You know what I'm saying? Somebody paying into the business or funding their business more, they're going to get more perks. All right. It sucks, but no different in the league, man. You know what I'm saying? No different in the league. I'm sure right now, and listen, I could do a whole episode, a whole show, all right, on Albert Pujols. Okay, that's my guy. I could tell Albert Pujols stories forever. You know what I'm saying? I've known, I've known Albert since, he's an A-ball, man. As a 21-year-old, all right? But I'm just bringing up Albert Pujols for a second. Now, he's a Hall of Famer, first ballot Hall of Famer, greatest hitter that him and Barry, you know what I'm saying, that I ever seen. Him, Barry, and Manny. Barry obviously was the best. Albert 1B, and Manny was like 1C. All right, that's the hitters I love to see hit all day. All right, so but Albert, all right, right now is a 198 hitter. You're gonna tell me, but he's gonna get his playing time and all of that, right? But he's at least with the Angels before he got over to the Dodgers, or even the Dodgers or whatever. You're gonna tell me that there's not somebody in the minor leagues right now that can't go into the major leagues right now and hit 198? You know what I'm saying? All right, and hit 4 or 5 home runs right now. All right. But Albert's getting paid a lot of money. He's going to play. He's a Hall of Famer. You know what I'm saying? They're paying him a lot of money, so he has to play. All right, Chris Davis with Baltimore. I know you a Baltimore, do the same thing. You know, I don't even know if he's still playing. I don't follow the Orioles, but I am following my boy Cedric Mullins is doing this damn thing over there. All right, I gotta bring him back on. Hopefully, shout out to him. All right, former guest that has come on and is tearing up the season, tearing up the league this year. But anyway, that's a whole nother subject over there. But my boy is taking advantage of his opportunity, man. He ain't like being sent down, man. He's up now, and he's taking full advantage of that, man. So shout out to my boy Mullins over there, big leaguer out there with the Baltimore Orioles, man. Guest of the show came on in the off season, and you could just tell he was in grind mode, face all scruffy, needed a shave. You could just tell somebody that's in the lab just grinding it out, man. And he put that work in the off season. Anyway, man, that's a whole other subject, man. I'm gonna talk about that, and I'm happy for him, man. My man is balling over there, being the best player on the Orioles right now. I'm having a very high level All-Star caliber season so far. All right, so shout out to my boy C. Mullins out there in Baltimore. Hope his dad listens in from time to time, hears this message, man, and relays that to him. All right. So anyway, my point is, they're paying him a lot of money, so he gets more treatment. He gets more longer leash to go through slumps and not play well. All right, it is what it is, and it's not fair, but it's the nature of the beast, man. So you're gonna go through that. All right, you're gonna go through that. So I feel for you, parents. I feel for y'all, man. When y'all, I don't like it, especially another kid of mine. There's kids over there that I know. One of my boys over there, I helped get into a D1 program, man, that was not playing every day, and they had to, they stopped going to that high school. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's real out here right now. Like, from as many stories that I hear from Atlanta to New Jersey to Texas to California, you know what I'm saying, of different, issues that parents are having when this is high school. This ain't even travel ball. All right. So it's real. All right. Most of the parents are, being okay, with it, but this is something that we definitely need to it's out there going on all over the country. Let me put it like this. So being treated unfair, going through issues, guys, walking away from high school teams, man, and going Division One. All right. I promise you, going Division One. All right. So parents, let's go through here. All right. Amber says, parents have an obligation to contribute to their high school programs, in my opinion. These coaches put in their own time to coach our kids, so the parents have to try and participate as much as they can. Politics are always there for kids and parents, but it is what it is. And it is. It sucks, but you're going to deal with it, man. I don't know what else to say. It's going to happen in every level. It's going to happen at every level. All right. It starts with the youth baseball, man. It is, Say, hey, Russ, say it again, man. Say it again. All right. That is the beauty. And my daughter don't understand this. Okay. My daughter does not understand this. All right. But Russ says you are lucky your daughter is playing tennis. Individual sports, you just have to beat your opponent. Facts. All right. And that's the beauty of tennis. Now, there are underlining factors that go along with playing tennis, especially too. All right. We travel around. All right. And it's disadvantages and stuff like that too, being one-on-one and traveling. We go to Alabama, the Mississippis, the Georgias, and Arkansas. So we deal with our own issues too. All right, trust me. All right, it's his own little baseball hat. It's different things that underlining that we got to go through. All right, but overall, right, we ain't got to deal with the politics. And everywhere has politics, whatever. But it's not a team trying to get on the court or trying to get on the field. Nah, that's what I say. It is the beauty of tennis on one-on-one. All right, I love that aspect of it. All right. That is one of the beauty, and I try to tell my daughter that all day, every day. All right, how much she is blessed to play on and be on a one-on-one type of sport. All right, because she ain't got to deal with that, team and parents do this and did that, here and there, whatever. All right, none of that. All right, now she's gonna have her own obstacles, being the only one on the court, just like Serena had to deal with them, and all the girls, certain girls had to deal with certain issues, man. But it is on your own. All right, that's what I love about the tennis aspect of it. Yeah, you ain't got to deal with the BS. You know what I'm saying? So, But I am lucky, extremely lucky. All right. But and I know it because I tell my daughter that all the time. All right, you ain't gotta worry about your teammates, and it's all on you. All right, it's all on you. So, yeah. So anyway, parents, you guys run this. You can make or break this from a team atmosphere wise. All right. Coaches, you know what I'm saying? Coaches too. All right. I understand. Yeah, we're gonna get on coaches on that side too, man. With the favoritism, you got Daddy Ball, you got um uh yeah, I was gonna hit on certain topics, man, but I'm gonna keep that to myself. All right. I always like to be little. I always kind of like try to hit on topics that are a little controversial, rub a little people wrong. You know what I'm saying, and kind of go on and there's a couple of topics that I was like, I don't know if I want to speak about it. I don't know if it's the proper form to do that here, but you know, uh, let me let me just kind of give my little flowers. I talked about this earlier, man, but I wanted to kind of have our own show, man. But I talked about them on the flip side, man. But you know, the it's certain guys, man, that I've been blessed to certain guys that I've been blessed to have played against, or I know that are like extremely talented dudes, man. And sometimes I don't like when they get the raw in the deal, or I just sometimes just feel like let me just kind of put my flowers out there, man. And Albert, this probably be his last year, man. But my Albert Pujols story. I mentioned this before, I think, but I met Albert when we were in Arizona 20 some years ago. He was a young dude. I never heard of him before. He wasn't a top. He wasn't. He was, but not really a top prospect. Okay, drafted 13th round out of Kansas City. Let it out, the truth and set you free. Yeah, nah, not this. Not what I'm saying. I don't want it to be kind of like real. What I wanted to talk about is real ish that goes on with the team. All right, and I hope parents can understand, read between the lines, man. But the stuff I wanted to talk, I'm gonna go off topic a little bit now. I'm gonna kind of because my boy Daniel's over there was like, "Let it out, D, set you free." But you know, I've always heard issues, man, with parents, and one of the issues that always comes up with is it's like it's a lot of testosterone that goes along, and a lot of emotion that goes along on the side, and you got grown men and women out there, and sometimes you know it can be something where if men and women are single, it's different. All right. But even that still sometimes kind of rubs me off wrong a little bit. I've known, two or three sets of really good people that have met either the dad or the coach, met the mom, and they end up coaching the kid, and end up getting married and been living with each other and married and ever since. You know what I'm saying? But there are some that you know are still technically married and still end up messing around with each other. And it gets out. I've heard some horror stories. Um, a mom, a grandmother. She was a mom, but she was a grandmother who I purchased my house from in Memphis, Tennessee. Mentioned that her daughter's husband was messing around with a wife on the team, and it got on the road and got put out there, and it was a big, again, I didn't want to talk about it, but I just put it in 5 minutes or less, man. But I'm just talking about parents that can disrupt it and be an issue, right? Because I also have heard of owners, travelable owners that are known to, be messing around. You know what I'm saying? On with different married women on organizations, man. All right. I believe that that's something that can really hinder, obviously, not just the people involved, I mean, just think about that. Your kid is on the team and you get to be messing around and acting. I talk real shit. I didn't want to go there, but Dan just brought it out of me. I put it on as a whole topic, but I was like, nah, I don't want to talk. You know what I'm saying? But it is an issue. All right, there's real life going on. There's you know, it could be a lifetime story type stuff, right? But this particular family, it affected everything. Divorces happened, and it was fights in the middle of the. I don't. It was in the previous town I lived in, and she was telling me all of that went on. All right, and her daughter was affected. All right, with 2 kids. The husband of the wife he was messing with found out, during the hotel, they're on the road somewhere, and big fights, brawls, and you know, uh, you know what happened to Josh Donaldson's mom is an example in the MLB. Please tell me. All right, I don't know. I didn't hear that. So please, please let me know, man. But it can be issues, man. All right, that's all I'm gonna say. Um, I just feel like, listen, I can't tell grown people what to do. You know what I'm saying? But just like I can't tell a grown dad not to be a jerk out there, I could tell him, but he gonna do what he do, but it could end up, messing up his kid. That type of stuff too can end up messing his kid on a whole nother level. All right, emotionally and everything, especially if it gets found out and all of that, because it happens. All right, because it's real life, real world stuff happens. You know what I'm saying? It happens, but sometimes that stuff bleeds out in the field. I have another story that talked about where a wife found out about one of the coaches doing something and all of that, and put him out on Front Street in the middle of a 8, 9, 10-year-old game. I can't remember the age of the kid, whatever. All right, put him on Front Street, blasting in the middle of the game. You know what I'm saying? The mess all out there. All right, still coaching. I think well, I don't know. I don't know yet. I don't want to speak on this. Happened years ago. It's just messy, man. It gets to be messy. And if you're single, you're doing your thing. You know what I mean? If you're single, you go ahead and, your mom is single and then whatever. And then, just to me, just, keep that on the low as best you can. But Lord have mercy, when you're married, whew, all right, messing with other men, that's a whole nother ball game. I was going to make it a whole topic, man. That topic alone, you know what I'm saying? Because we all know, man. I don't care where part of town where you live at and all of that. Those type of issues go on, and I just wanted to be, I guess it'd be my little way of being messy too. All right, but man, that's what I wanted to talk about. I ain't gonna harp on that too much, but that's one of the biggest ways, man. This happened with somebody told me this in the tennis realm here, where even my daughter. It was a very good tennis player. She was set to go pro, and her mom ended up messing with the coach, and it got found out about, and divorce happened, and the girl walked away from tennis, and was like, the relationship was, hindered with the mom, and the daughter, was like, yo, peace. I don't want to do tennis no more. And obviously she lost all respect for the coach. You know what I'm saying? And I heard the coach and the mom went on to be, whatever, and together. But the girl who was, set to be really, really good was emotionally affected by this and never played tennis again. All right. So it happens on all sports. I'm just saying, be careful. All right. Whew. All right. If you're messing with parents on the team on a regular, you need to step your game up. Too many places to pick up men and women to be fishing in that pond. Facts, Lord, facts. Back to yesterday. What if the kids act out after all this drama? A kid could be on a totally different team, and coach might not even know about the drama. The kid gets punished if the kid choose frustration. All right. Back to yesterday. What if the kid acts out after all of this drama? Kid could be on a totally different team, and coach might even know about the drama, and the kid's punished if the kid should. I listen. I know, man. I know. Trust me. I agree with you yesterday. You don't know what's going on and all of that. Here it is. But again, you're bringing something in, and that's when you got to understand. That's sometimes you got to kind of dig a little deeper and try to be the counselor person on there, but it affects the whole team over there, right? Who, what do? You know what I'm saying? I get it, you know what I mean? And then the kid does get punished, you know what I'm saying? For that. But you're right. And it that kid, the tennis, I mean, that's an individual sport, but I know some baseball shit that has happened, man, like that. And I just told you the story about the mom and coming on out there acting crazy. I just saw this the other day. I just saw this. I read it yesterday. A strained dad in California ran out in the field with 2 knives after the strained wife. All right. The kid yelled out to the mom and was like, "Mom, look out." The mother ran out on the field to essentially protect herself from a husband that was knives. I don't read too much news, but that obviously caught my attention. Dad runs out with 2 knives on the ball field. You know what I'm saying? Out somewhere out in California. Yo, now you tell me that kid gonna be all right? You gonna tell me? He said it took an umpire and another dad to wrestle the dad down and rest, and wait to get him down to get, more power to those dudes. All right. Because I know a lot of dudes, would be like, that's their problem, whatever. But, they tackle the dude and he arrested and he's out on bond somewhere. I mean, I think he's arrested and charged with all type of, charges, man. But, again, we talk about brawls out there which is bad, right? But then, like, you see something like this, man. He was set out to kill his wife, you know what I'm saying, on a freaking ball field. I know of a family that were friends of another family that their boys played on the same team. An affair took place between one of the dads and the mother. Divorce happened and all of them continue to play on the same team. Parents need to think of their kids. How do you explain that to your children? Facts. I mean, like my boy, Deva just said, man, it's like I said, single, you're gonna do what you got to do. All right. To me, just be discreet about it. Don't be, moms is tougher on moms. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes moms, can't help it. You know what I'm saying? They look. What I say that they're a little bit more, But I don't want to. That's sad to say. I don't even want to act like I just know that. But because it could be either way, right? But that divorces or affairs always just tough, you know what I'm saying, on any, family, life. But when they're just in between teams and stuff like that, man, that dynamic, like I said, I went off on the subject. Like I said, it's all different topics and, and all of that. And that was one that I wanted to talk about, man. Look, I feel real Wendy Williams right now, you know what I mean? And I don't want to be on the baseball side. But like I said, I just wrote down different topics that I experienced myself over the years that I felt like they were great topics. Obviously, kids being, disruptive, parents being disruptive. And then I hit on a couple more topics, coaches wise. And that definitely, on that end, you know what I'm saying? From a, fair type thing going on, Lord, man, you know what I'm saying? And it's sad, you know what I mean? I mean, and again, affairs happen, but to me, I'm just talking about like it ain't right anywhere, all right? But I'm just talking about like on a team atmosphere where, again, it can affect the kid and a team atmosphere, you know what I'm saying? It can affect the team atmosphere. Lord have mercy, that dynamic, man. Whew. So, yeah, Keish, that was messed up, all right? So, I don't know how you explain that. Mom is now dating Tim teammates, dad, like, yo, that sounds crazy to me, man. But listen, it is what it is. All right. I got a little raunchiness and, ratchetness out today. All right. We talked over there about the parents. Listen, you're in the Atlanta area. We got this camp coming up June 14th. We're working on New Jersey showcase. Just talk with him. We have June 2nd, Little Rock, Arkansas showcase. We have a brand new training that I've talked to a few parents about this. I'll be launching. I hate to be like I'm gonna say I hate to do that. This is what I do it for. You know what I'm saying? I have a platform, but I have some great training. It's gonna be on my private Facebook group, recruiting training program. that I'm gonna. It's already done. I just putting the finishing touches on it. I'm gonna put it out there on a national level, and it's for all 7th, 8th, 9th, and no more than 10th graders. Like guys just walking into the recruiting process. All right. What's gonna happen is, I'm going to launch this hopefully by the end of the week, along with the camps and all of that, right? So we just be rolling, man. We got the camps coming up in July, June. Um, what'd you say, Russ? Mom trying to get a little extra playing time, huh? Right? You know what I'm saying? Right? That's Lord, I don't mean to laugh about that. That ain't right, man. But you're right, man. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? It's listen, man. This travel ball, man, is a soap opera, man. It is a soap opera. I just want to put it out there that everybody talks, man. Everybody talks. All right. And as always, good news travels, but bad news travels so much faster. All right. Uh, you know, Coach G, what's up, man? Coach, when we gonna put this? I got Daytona, Florida too, man. We're gonna put this together in Daytona. Shout out to my people that signed up. I'm going to be postponing again the Pompano Beach this weekend. Coach Eaton and myself at Scouts USA will be teaming up in Daytona Beach, Florida. So I'm waiting on Coach to give me the date and the time. Wednesday or Thursday, he's going to say that he just applied, so we're going to do a showcase together. So we'll be out there in Florida, in Daytona Beach, not Pompano Beach, but Daytona. So once those dates are set, we're going to team up over there. He's looking for players for the post-grad program. All right. And I'm going to try to get some more schools over there too, 4-year, and we're going to make this happen. All right, Coach, I'm waiting on you, man. All right. So talk that ish, D. I see it all the time. Really happens. I tell every mom and dad and coach that all messages to me or my wife need to be in a group chat. I trust my wife, but it's still about respect. I'm glad you said that, man. Because I'm not going to sit and say I didn't do it all the time, but I ain't going to say I did it all the time, but I always not, if it's a quick, chat, like I did it today, right? 2 moms, I connected them today about post grad and something like that. So there's moms I talk to all the time that are married. I can't even say that, but for the most part, especially if I know the dad on the team runs it, you know what I'm saying? Like I'll message both, even though I know like my boy DJ is on the phone, on the call right now. I don't have no business really talk to his wife, except for sometimes she does my beautiful hats sometimes, right? So even if I know that I want to order hats, you know what I'm saying? All right. Either I text my boy DJ ahead of time, all right, and be like, yo, I need tell wifey I'm going to be texting her, all right, or I'll just put it in the group chat, all right. Just out of respect, you know what I'm saying? Just be like, yo, boom, all right. Because I don't want them to find out that, again, because it's out of the blue, right? You know what I'm saying? I don't just call or text. Now, if I, some of the moms that I deal with now that are married, I call on a regular basis for business purpose here and there, that type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Or text or whatever, or the kid is in my program, and we kind of go from there. But on that aspect, when I ain't just, I'm reaching out of nowhere, out of the blue, I shoot the group text, you know what I'm saying? Put the husband in so he knows, you know what I'm saying? All right. Because again, you don't ever know. And, I don't want to be, caught up in no mess myself. You know what I'm saying? Because again, those are the labels, right? Those labels you don't want, from a coach's standpoint, from a mom or dad standpoint. You don't want to be known as that. You know what I'm saying? Because listen, and I'm gonna say this too, but that shit travels, man. All right, that shit travels. If you known for like, I know some certain dads that were known in previous time. I like calling out cities because I don't, that was known. They'd be like, yo, he'll holler, watch, he'll holler at you, your woman. You know what I'm saying? He'll holler, who the fuck wants that, man? Like, who don't be known as that guy? You know what I mean? Come on, man. Who want to be known as that, man? All right. Jay Myers said, my son Jax hit his first triple. All right. J-Maya, congratulations, man. All right. We want to get back to baseball. I get it. All right. Uh, Definitely. All right. Russ says, when are you going? When you going to Daytona? I think we're looking at, if I'm not, I'm gonna let Coach, we're gonna talk about it. We have talked about maybe in a couple of weeks. I think Memorial Day weekend, we were talking about it. All right. So that's tentatively the plan. All right. So hopefully we can kind of make that happen. All right. We getting this date locked in, but that Saturday of Memorial Day weekend, we're talking about. All right. Daytona Beach. All right. So we're going from Pompano Beach to Daytona Beach. We're coming up a little bit more north on the east coast of Florida. All right, about two hours, two plus hours away from where I was going to be this weekend. All right. So yeah. So hopefully the next 2 weeks, 2 weekends from Saturday, we postpone it. Hopefully we can get that date and that location locked in the next day or two. All right, and I'll let you guys know. All right. So but yeah. If you want any, and I'll put this out there for my 2021s, uncommitted 2021s, holla at me. All right. We have a post grad opportunity for you if you're not locked in. I know certain parents have an issue, don't even know. Like today I set up a couple parents, a mom who did the post grad this year. And a mom who's interested. You know what I'm saying? So if you are a parent, a 2021 uncommitted 2021, all right, and you want some, information on the post grad, it's, holler at me, all right, and I'll set you up, and we'll go from there. All right, so we'll get that message out to anybody over there. Again, we're talking post grad. There's still, opportunities for junior colleges and stuff like that, but it's time is ticking. You know what I'm saying? So. If you could play and you need an opportunity, go ahead. Holler at me on 2021. Talking 2021s only right now, but if you're younger, I talked to a 2024 dad today, yesterday, 2025. He's going to be a freshman. I talked to him about, and he's coming into my program. So I guess like this, school is about to be over. So I'm taking 2025s into my recruiting program. But if you are 2021, you know what I'm saying, holler at me now. You know what I'm saying? Now, like yesterday. All right. Just if you want to play. Like, I don't want to, we ain't got time to be, picking and choosing and, like if you want to play, all right, you know what I'm saying? Like we can go. All right. There are opportunities, but I can't treat you like a 22 or 23, 24 if you're 2021 right now. I just, it's, you don't have that luxury right now. All right. None. So, anyway, holla at me. Little Rock, June 2nd. You in Atlanta, 14 and under. Camp, links up, everything. All right. I don't know if I came in late, but you were talking about Albert Pujols. What was that story? Name, Devin, my bad. I did. I got sidetracked. All right. Started talking about the damn women and all of that. All right. But Albert, man. When I talk about seizing the opportunity, Albert again was not a big time, and I'm in this like this. All right, we talk about just grasping and getting a chance. Albert was a 13th round pick by the St. Louis Cardinals out of junior college, another junior college product. All right, for all you guys poo junior college. All right, he got drafted 13th round out of junior college. The Royals passed him up 13 times, and he got picked by the crosstown. He was from Kansas City. You guys, he's from Dominican, but grew up, moved to Kansas City, Missouri at about 13 or 14 years old. All right. So played pretty much high school baseball in Kansas City. No big offers out of high school. Went junior college route. I think he played 2 years of junior college. All right. Local guy, Kansas City, passed up on him. St. Louis took him. All right, in the draft, 13th round, not a high round pick, 13th round. My boy spent 2 years in the minor leagues, went from A-ball to AAA in the playoffs in Memphis, and like went off. All right, stories is being told how he hit 3-4 home runs in the AAA World Series. This kid out of A-ball. I heard about the name. I heard about the kid. I just didn't know the name. We went to Arizona in the fall league, and I talked about Arizona fall league. They still have it. It took, each organization sends their top 5 prospects and a higher ranks, AA, AAA, and above, it's double and triple A, high prospects down to Arizona. All right, they all put it all together, and they put about 5+ teams together, and it's the best of the best. I want to say like 80% of those kids end up playing in the major leagues. All right, I went twice. The second year I went, was playing in Scottsdale, Arizona. All right. I seen this big dude walk up to me, right? We were coming from the cages. We were at the San Francisco Giants spring training site. We were walking from the cages, and I was going into the dugout, and I met this, big, strong dude, and was like, yo, D, man, I wanted to introduce myself. My name is Albert. You know what I mean? I love the way you hit, man. Boom, boom, boom. This is his exact words. I was like, oh, nice to meet you, man. I was like, where you from? He said, I'm from Dominican, but I grew up in Kansas City, blah, 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 blah. Whatever, small talk, cool. I was like, yo, man, nice to meet you. I appreciate the love, man. Good luck tonight. Boom. All right. And we went from there. That night, all right, he's hitting. I don't know what he did his first AB. I can't remember. But my hitting coach was, if you guys listen to me enough, Kevin Long, who is current Washington Nationals hitting coach. Kevin was my minor league hitting coach for my first 4 years coming up through the minor leagues with Kansas City. All right. I knew Kevin, from rookie ball all the way up. And when Kevin was a hot young hitting guy at the time, and he was the hitting coach of my team in the Arizona Fall League. All right. I didn't play with K Long that year. But we connected again at the Arizona Fall League. So K Long, all right, I'm sitting down, and so K Long calls me up to the front step. All right, it's just different people are unique and just whatever, right? Again, this is I want to say Albert wasn't the biggest prospect on that team. I can't remember who was. I remember Chad Hutchison. Was a big-time pitcher from Stanford who also became the Dallas Cowboys quarterback. He was just before he chose football full-time. He was on that team with Al, and there was a couple other bigger prospects and stuff at the time. All right, but anyway, he calls me up to the front steps and look at this kid, D. I love this kid's approach. Look at him. And I'm looking, and I was like, oh, okay, you know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, I just met him earlier, man. He was talking to me earlier, man. I said, he's like, what's his name? I said, I think his name is like Albert Pujols, like Al Pujols or something like that, right? I said, oh, okay. He's like, yo, I love his kid's approach. I was like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was like, yeah, and I think he a couple of hits that day and all that, but I just thought it was funny years later that Kevin, the great hitting coach that he is, saw for some reason it was so many good players out there on our team and whatever, but he called me up to the front step and was like, yo, look at this kid. I just, now that I look back, it was like he saw something that I wasn't even paying attention to, right? I was DHing that day or something, all right? Or maybe I don't know. I just remember he called me to the front step to see this kid hit. Fast forward. I saw him a little bit at the game, shook his hand, boom, nice to meet you, whatever. Fast forward about 4 or 5 months later, I'm training in Kansas City. I'm trying to make the team out of spring training. So I went up to Kansas City to do the training instead of going to IMG in Bradenton for the first time. I go to Bradenton IMG. I go up to Kansas City to train. I go to this place called Mackin Sites. If people in the Midwest know that Mackin Sites is a big-time travel bowl program. At that time, it was just a hitting spot owned by Kevin Seitzer, who's the current Atlanta Braves hitting coach, and a longtime Royals catcher, longtime Major League named Mike McFarland. They combined the name Mac McFarland and Seitz. You know what I'm saying? Mac and Seitz, right? So Seitz still owns that place now, but Seitz is Kevin Seitzer is now the hitting coach for the Braves for the last few years. Right? Been a long time big league hitting coach. Right? Used to work with him a lot with the Royals. He was a long time Royal himself. So we used to train there. The Royals would go in and get some hitting in the off season. Albert, this meets us. It's about 7:30, 8 o'clock, Kansas City in January. I'm talking about freezing. He had his girlfriend at the time, who later became his wife, was in the car, and they were holding. He had a little baby. He came out and was like, yo, D, what's up, man? And I was like, what's up, man? He's like, you remember me, Albert? I said, yo, Al, what's up, man? I said, yo, what's up? What's going on? He's like, yeah, I need a place to hit, man. What's up? I need a place to hit. He's like, can I come in there and hit with you guys? And I was like, all right. I said, let me work something out. I was like, these are all the Royals guys again. Let me see if I could get you in there. He's like, yeah, I just need a place to hit, please. Let me know. So I go in there. I talk to Mike Sweeney, Jermaine Dye, and all the Royals guys that were training with us, right? And I was just like, yo, Jay Dye, like Sweeney, like, yo, I got one of my boys over there, is a kid from Mayball, you know, pretty good player I met in the fall league. Let him come in and, you know what I'm saying, train. I was like, D, I don't know if he can hit with us. It's only for Royals guys. Sweeney said that, right? My boy Sweeney. I don't know if he can hit. So let's just go and you know, like if he hits, he can hit into this little BS cage, a little small ass cage, right? And I said, you know, I was like, all right, whatever. Let me see. So I go in back out. I said, man, you know, hey, they beefing a little bit, but there's a cage in there to the side. You can kind of get your work in. He's like, all right, cool, whatever, D. I'm cool. I just want to kind of get some work in. So again, Jermaine Dye, who, you know, at that time was becoming a star. Sweeney was becoming a star. No, I don't think Beltran was out there. Joe Randa was starting third base with the Royals for a long time. Me, it was a bunch of about 6, 7 of us all out there training, all right? When I tell you this dude was hitting like guns, felt like gunshots in his cage, right? To the point where, you know, we would hit boom, 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 and then this dude in his little cage was getting his work in off the tee, and then somebody started throwing side, you know, short toss to him. And I just remember just looking at him hit like this, and then I remember I was watching, specifically watching Sweeney and Jermaine's eyes, right? Because they were the studs on the team at the time with the Royals, and they kept peeking like their head back like this and watching them, and they were like, because all you heard is whack, just gunshots, right? Pow, right? And so they were like, man, damn, he can swing. I was like, yeah, dude can play. You know what I'm saying? So he goes to spring training. Mark McGwire is the big name, right? Mark McGwire gets hurt. Sees an opportunity. Albert gets called to the major league camp, all right? Goes off on the spring training, all right? So, you know, Mark McGwire feels like, hey, you know, hey, I'm Mark McGwire. You know what I'm saying? I could kind of take my time and, you know, get healthy when I want. Has a setback towards the end of spring training. They keep him on the DL. Albert is having a freaking great spring training, all right? Again, this kid played A ball and only played like maybe 1 to 2 weeks in AAA, all right? A ball to 2 weeks of AAA. All right, that's all he got minor league experience wise. Goes to major league camp and balls out and takes advantage of Mark McGwire being hurt. Time at the end of it when to make a team. All right, 2001. Mark McGwire is like, I'm cool. You know, let me stay down in the spring. My back is hurt. Boom. All right, Albert's crushing the ball. They're like, all right, you know, we'll bring Albert up. We got another backup, John Mabry or somebody playing first base. We could mix Albert in third base. We play a little third then back in the day, a little bit of outfield and whatever. He's a, you know, better athlete at that time. And the rest is history. Gets called up. I want to say he had one of the best months. I know for a fact his first half was unbelievable, hitting 340, 350 with 20-something home runs. So he comes back to Kansas City in June. And we're playing the Royals and the Cardinals interleague game, right, in Kansas City. Albert is the man. Albert is, you know, by this time, he's like just taking over Major League. He's the talk. Him and Ichiro were the talk of Major League Baseball, all right? But Albert was like, you know, Ichiro at least had a fan base coming from Japan. He was everything coming from Japan. Albert was a no name, just kind of just taking over the Major Leagues by, you know, storm, all right? He comes, boom. Obviously now, you know, D, I really appreciate everything you did, man. You know what I'm saying? Good to see you. This is before the game in June of 2001, before we playing, you know, so I'm dapping him up, boom. You know, now it's like he's almost a cold hero. Like he's balling out of control. So Sweeney, my boy Mike Sweeney comes later on. He was like, D, he's like, is that? I was like, yeah, that was the dude that you didn't want us to hit. You didn't want to hit in the cage with us, right? You told him to go hit in the little cages in January. That's that dude over there who now is Albert Pujols, right? And so he's like, I guess I didn't choose right or something. I was like, yeah. And I said, don't worry about him. I was like, it's all good. Albert became you know, at that little 4 or 5 year period of time, Albert became a really good, you know, I ain't gonna say friend. We weren't like just tight like this, but he respected me on a whole nother level. Why? Because I showed him love. Surprisingly enough, right? People don't understand. It's just a difference of how people go different. When I first met him and everything, I was a big time prospect. I was a big, you know, name. I already had major league experience and stuff like that. He was coming as a pace like, yo, showing me like, yo, D, I love the way you hit, boom, boom, boom. All right, 5 years later, he's the man. He's signing. I've given him the sign bats for me. All right, that's just how the, you know, the shit crosses. And now you see, you know, 20-some years later, he's still playing. All right. And is a Hall of Famer, the greatest. The first 12 years of his career better than anybody. I know they talk about Trout and Barry and everybody. First 12 years of anybody's career, all right, nobody's hit better. All right, nobody's hit better. All right, and he is a bona fide Hall of Famer. All right, I say that to say, He got released from the Angels. All right, the designated, which means they released him. All right, he's still hanging in there. All right. But I wanted to kind of give his flowers, man, because I remember that kid as a 20-year-old kid out of A-ball. I just kind of wanted to get better, bringing his little brand new baby and his girlfriend at the time. Now they've been married 20 years now, but then they were a girlfriend and boyfriend. I bringing in the 7:30, 8 o'clock in the Kansas City January heat, cold. I was like, Lord, I'm ready to put that baby in the car, like, cause he wanted to show me his baby. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, boom. All right. 20 years old at the 21 at the time, you know, brand new baby with a girl. All right. Not a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? 13th round. So he didn't get a whole lot of money, grinding his way through the minor leagues. You know what I'm saying? And 7:30 in the morning, 8 o'clock, meeting me in the parking lot. It was like, yo, I need a place to hit, D. Can I get some swings in with you, man? It's cold. I can't, I don't have no place to hit. Can I get some hits in? Let me swing it with you guys. All right. I don't even know how he knew to meet us there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how long he's been waiting in the parking lot. I have no idea. So 2 years ago, I saw this on Fox Sports. They were talking about Pujols and his career, and Mike McFarland tells this story, right, about Albert and all. If you catch it, check it out. Mike McFarland tells the story. It ain't all the way true, but it ain't. It's some facts into it, right? But the bottom line is Al would not been at his spot, because I don't even remember McFarland being there, but Al wouldn't have been there that day if it wasn't for D Brown. All right, and that's why he always respect him. He's D, you a good people, man. You good family. And I said I always appreciated that, man. So anyway, Albert Pujols, man, one of the greatest three hitters that I played against, and seen and played. Whatever. He ain't the greatest player, because my best player Roberto Alomar and Carlos Beltran. Those are my best players. All right, that I just seen baseball-wise that I played on the same field with. All right, Roberto Alomar and Carlos Beltran. You know what I'm saying? But as far as hitting-wise, Manny Ramirez, Barry Bonds, and Albert Pujols. You know what I'm saying? I miss Miguel Cabrera. You know what I'm saying? He was in the National League when I was playing in the league, and then he came over towards the tail end of my career, so I missed him. You know what I'm saying? Playing. All right, but Albert, Manny, and freaking Barry. All right. And the pleasures of playing against those guys, seeing them up person and just see them hit, masters of their craft. Amazing. So kudos to Albert Pujols. I know him, hopefully he keeps playing, but I think this probably be his last year playing. Hope he get a ring with the Dodgers, man. But class act, great dude. But it's crazy when you know the background of these stories, man, because you see the Hall of Famer, but I remember that 20-year-old kid from A-ball, got a chance at AAA, got a great opportunity in spring training, and just took off, and the rest is history. You know what I'm saying? The rest is history. The first 10 years, I think the first 10 years to 12 years, nobody's hit nobody's hit better, all right, than anybody has ever, including your boy Trout. All right, now Trout does everything defensively, but hitting-wise, check the numbers, okay? Check the numbers. Nobody did what Albert did, all right? Anyway, that's the love. So, David, that was my story. Sorry, long-winded story, but I like to share those, messages, man, because I just thought about Albert being with the Dodgers over there and bringing him up. I brought him up earlier about Big Al. But anyway, class act, great dude. Happy for his career, man. All right. Long-winded. Love you guys, man. Sign up for anything you need, recruiting, all of that, man. So just remember, man, last thing. A lot of you guys are going to be the best, especially for the high school, man. Share this with your high school kids, all right? A lot of you guys are going to be the man in your high school, are the man, all right? Just remember how you act, all right, when you're the man at this, whatever, right? Because some of your kids may go on to play college and hopefully get a chance to play professionally and go play in the league and maybe become the next Albert Pujols. Who knows, right? But just remember, right? One thing that nobody could ever say about me or anything like that, right? Because again, I had a lot early. You know what I'm saying? I told you, Albert looked up to me at that time, and I didn't say he looked up to me, but he respected me at that time. You know what I'm saying? It was like, yo, D, he wanted to meet me. All right. So I could have been the asshole. I could have been whatever. And there's many of players, NBA wise, all of that, right? They're on my way up and on their way up, I was that dude, right? But then situations happen and all of that, but I never treated nobody with nothing but respect. You know what I'm saying? And I have so many people that would come back from NBA players who I used to take out when they were in college, and I used to take them out to dinner, have them out, party, cool, kick it with me and all of that type of stuff, right? That later on became NBA players, and they remembered that stuff. Yo, D, you did, all right, to A-ball dudes, you know what I'm saying, that had nothing at the time. I told you about certain stories. I take them in, eat, cook for them and do all of that. All right. And then, boom, they looked up to me and they come back, man, and go, boom. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, you just never know. Your kids are the people around town now, and you're, all right. Make sure they're humbled about that, man. Make sure they pick people up and all of that, man, because you just never know. All right, you the man now, all right, but you never know in 10, 15 years from now. You know what I'm saying? Those people may end up coming up in different walks of life and businesses and may match you or go past, and they be like, yo, you treated me with respect. I remember this, da 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 da. All right, because that's happened many a times with this game. There ain't nobody that ever said, yo, D big league me. D acted that way. I ain't never. There's so many guys that became stars that be like, yo, D, I remember you took me there. You took me, you remember, I was the first time I ever had ribeye steak with the blue cheese. Remember you took, I used to hear these stories crazy. I'd be like, I did that? They were like, yeah, remember what city we was in? You the one that put me on to this type of steak, and they remember that. They remember that type of shit. All right, just remember that. All right. Whew. All right, let me put it like that. I'm sorry. Stay humble and grateful always. Facts. Always, always, always. So, Losa, thank you. All right. Bubba, thank you. That's why we love about our good friend Matt Kemp. Great, great people. All right. He went to high school with me, and he still continues to be an awesome man. Love hearing these type of stories. Facts. All right. I met Kemp 1 year, and that's when he was a stud over there with the Dodgers in 09. Like I said, I never heard really no bad things about Matt Kemp, and he was just a straight stud at that time. So you just in this world, man, it's cross paths, man, and all I say, make sure your kids stay humble in this game, man, and they looked up as the pillars of their community. Make sure they think like that, act like that. Don't big league nobody. They call it big league nobody because it's cool when it's now and then, but you just never know what may happen, man. You know what I'm saying? So just make sure you're always cool with those people, man, because they can never say nothing, man. All right? You know what I'm saying? We go. All right? Amber said he loved basketball. Baseball was his second love. That's what most African-American players, CC, D, Brown, to Schufrin, Vernon Wells, a lot of the late 90s, early, and beyond. Baseball was never the first sport. That's why, everybody's like, oh, they don't play multiple sports. Most of them, baseball chose them. Carl Crawford, another example. Carl Crawford had D1 scholarships to 3 sports. UCLA basketball, football in Nebraska, and obviously he got drafted second round and made 1 point something out of high school. All right, but tremendous athlete. You know what I'm saying? CC was a tremendous basketball player and football player. All right, so most of those guys that and became stars. Torrey Hunter, big time football player. All right, are always 2-sport people. You know what I'm saying? Mainly known for another sport in their town. So this is so just understand that. You know what I mean? It comes with the norm. Baseball chooses athletes sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And then baseball was not my first love. Football was. You know what I'm saying? Football was to this day. I will watch more news about football than I do baseball to this day. All right. I love baseball, right? Obviously, it's giving me everything I can with this game and stuff, this platform. But to this day, I still watch number football. You know what I'm saying? All right. But anyway, yeah. But Amber, that's cool, man. Yeah, Matt Kemp, great dude. I heard great things about him. And man, stud. All right, stud. Killed the game. All right. Still, I think he's still hanging in there. I know last year he's with the Rockies. I don't know if he's still there. But he done killed the game. He killed it. All right. Got his bread. Had a great career. All right. So anyway, tomorrow I'm gonna be off tomorrow. Thursday I will be on 4 p.m. Eastern. Okay. I'll have all my links up again. Support what I got going on. If you're in the area, you want showcases, camps in the Atlanta area, showcases coming up, and the training that I will have for anybody that is 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th grade kids, and you want to know more about the recruiting process. It's free training. I will have for you guys. All right. All you got to do is download it, and I'll be pulling that up. All right. Message me if you want early access to it. Should be up. One of the parents hit me up today. I'm finishing up now. All right. I should be finishing up within the next 24 to 48 hours, that training, and I will have that on a national level too. Be promoting it through Facebook and Instagram. All right. But you can get it here first. Okay. I'm really excited about this training. I've been working hard on it for a long time. All right. Peace and love. Keep coming out with just products and trainings and stuff like that, and opportunities to, get seen and all of that. I just want to keep this ball rolling. All right. Peace and love to everybody. Good luck to you guys, man. You know, I think playoffs is coming on, and I know Showcase Baseball is coming up soon too. So good luck to you guys. Stay healthy. Love you guys. Thursday, 4 p.m. Thursday. All right, you guys have a good day tomorrow. Love and peace and love to you guys. All right.